Hey everybody, this is Sam Billen in Lawrence, Kansas, and I'm just going to give you a quick update on the music for Super Comboman, how things are going. We're just about to release a kind of a sampler for the soundtrack, and I've been kind of prepping 3 of the songs, been kind of adding some elements. These are 3 songs that we've had for a while, kind of that we were working on, but they were only about 1 to 2 minutes long before, and we wanted to give full songs for the soundtrack, and we wanted to kind of extend those a bit. So I've been working on those for the past couple of weeks. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I was doing that, how I extended them, and kind of some of the extra things that I threw in on those. So as you can see here, I work in Logic Pro. I'm going to show you a little bit about this is the Super Comboman theme, kind of what we've called the theme song since the beginning. I don't know if it'll end up being the actual theme of the game, but I'll play a little sample for you here. One thing I did in these songs that I don't usually do in my music is with the chords, I really played around with them, and I had them kind of go major and minor. Here you go, here's the part. Just kind of throwing some weird stuff in. You know, one of my goals with all this music was to make it kind of constantly moving. You know, I didn't want it to sound like it was repeating over and over. Of course, repetition in music is really useful, and people do it all the time, and it's a big part of music. But I wanted this to have lots of twists and turns, you know, where people would be playing and something new would pop up. This is just kind of another way to keep people excited as they're playing the game, and even as they're just listening to the soundtrack as well, having lots of different elements coming in and out, and lots of different changes. So here's one of my favorite parts. Just came up with this a couple days ago. At the very end here, you see it drops out here. We got a lot of sounds going. I pulled that lead guitar part back in over this kind of different feel for the song. An idea that I had in my head as I was coming up with this was that maybe this sound could go for when the boss comes into the level or something, when you're fighting against the boss, but because it's a lot darker, it's a lot slower, it's a lot more ominous. I'm bringing an extra drum beat here. If you can hear those weird little tinkles. And I'll show you that by itself. That makes sense, right? Kind of. So that's my update. Things are going really well with the soundtrack. I have 3 songs extended, basically completed. We have about 10 or 11 songs at this point that I think we're going to have on the soundtrack, and that we're going to try to implement in the game, throughout the game. And I'm really excited about getting the soundtrack out, and I hope you all like it.
Flamo!